You've seen it everywhere, right? This big promise of building a passive income machine using AI and dropshipping. But what if you only had, like, $1 to get started? Well, today, we're going to put that to the test and find out if it's actually possible.
I mean, you see these claims everywhere online. Gurus, influencers, all of them flashing these insane numbers. They make it seem like anyone can get rich with just a laptop and a clever idea. It's a really tempting picture, but how much of it is real? Is it all just hype? Or is there a genuine opportunity here for regular people? Well, that's what we're here to find out. We're going to walk through a simple, totally transparent experiment based on the work of entrepreneur Mark Tilbury to see if we can separate the facts from the fiction.
Okay, so to make this a real test, we need some ground rules, and they have to be really strict. We're not just trying to build a store here. We're trying to do it under some pretty extreme constraints. First up, the budget. A single dollar for the entire setup. That's it. Next, the time crunch. The store has to be built and live in under 60 minutes. And finally, the secret weapon. We have to rely on free AI tools to do all the heavy lifting. This is where things get really interesting.
All right, the clock is officially ticking. This first phase is all about construction. Can AI really build a professional-looking, ready-to-sell online store from basically nothing and do it at lightning speed? Let's see.
And just so we're all on the same page, the model we're talking about is dropshipping. It basically means the store never actually owns or touches the products. It's kind of like being a digital middleman. An order comes in, a supplier ships the product straight to the customer, and the store owner just gets to pocket the difference.
And wow, that 1 hour build was a total whirlwind. The niche, sport and fitness, was picked almost instantly. Then, an AI tool literally built the entire Shopify store in just 15 minutes. The real magic, though, was using another tool called AutoDS. It automatically found and listed winning, trending products to populate the store. After a few quick tweaks, boom, the store was live. The clock stopped with time to spare.
But here's the reality check, right? A beautiful store is completely useless if nobody knows it exists. The hardest part of any online business isn't building it, it's getting people to actually show up and buy something.
So how do you market a brand new store with basically no ad budget? Well, the strategy has to be smart and super targeted. In this case, the plan was to go small to win big.
And this right here is the core of the whole marketing strategy. Forget those mega influencers who cost a fortune. The focus was on micro-influencers. You know, accounts with smaller but incredibly dedicated and niche followings. As you can see from the numbers, they get way higher engagement and better conversion rates, and that's because there's real trust there with their audience.
So, the specific plan was to invest $50 in a partnership with the Grace Brothers, a fitness account with a really loyal following. The goal wasn't to promote the whole store, but to focus all the attention on one unique attention-grabbing product, a breathing trainer for improving cardio.
The influencer's post went live, the link was out there, and then you just wait. 24 hours later, it was time to open up the dashboard and see if this whole experiment was a huge success or just a total flop.
This is it, the moment of truth. A $1 store built in an hour, marketed for $50. Did anyone actually buy anything?
And the answer is yes. In just 24 hours, the store pulled in $177.85 in total revenue. That came from 10 separate sales of that breathing trainer. That is a pretty impressive number for a store that didn't exist a day earlier.
But hold on. Revenue is great, but it isn't profit, and this part is so important. So let's break down the costs. First, the cost of the products themselves plus shipping came to $39.50. Then you add the $50 for the influencer and that $1 Shopify fee. That brings our total costs to $90.50.
And when you subtract those costs from the revenue, you're left with the real number, a net profit of $87.35. Actual cash in the bank from an experiment that started with basically nothing.
Okay, so $87. Is that a life-changing amount of money? Of course not. But let's put this number into the proper context, because the dollar amount itself isn't really the most important part of this story.
As Mark Tilbury, the guy who ran this whole experiment, puts it, the profit itself isn't the point. The key is that this was all achieved with almost no manual effort by just leveraging technology that's already out there. So what does this $87 really represent?
Well, for one, it's a successful proof of concept. It shows you can go from just an idea to a profitable sale in a matter of days, not months, with less than $100 invested. The entire store was built in an hour. But maybe the most important takeaway is that this process, it's repeatable.
And that leaves us with the final big question. Was this just a lucky one-time win? Or is this a blueprint that, if you scaled it up with more products and more smart marketing, could actually lead to those thousands in monthly profit that we see promised online? This experiment proves that the first step is absolutely possible. What comes next? Well, that's up for debate.